When working with AWS EKS, I bet most people don't have a clue what needs to be done or which tool need to be installed in order to work effectively with AWS EKS. There's so much confusion surrounding EKS. However, in this video, I'm gonna explain you the tool that you need to install and why they are necessary in a simple and comprehensible manner, making it all make sense for you.
You honor me with this lesson.
Pay attention. There is much to learn.
In order to manage an AWS EKS cluster, we will need to install three types of command line interface. The first one is AWS CLI, followed by Kubectl, and then EKsctl. However, when working with Kubernetes cluster, there's also another tool called Helm, which I will discuss shortly. So, what is AWS CLI? Well, there's a console-based way to work with AWS. For example, if you want to spin up an EC2 virtual machine, you can use console. With a few clicks, you can define how you want to configure the EC2 instance. However, there's another way to manage EC2 instance, which is by using the AWS CLI. As demonstrated here, AWS hit that subscribe button. Nah, I'm kidding. The AWS CLI offers flexibility that enable automation capabilities such as infrastructure as code, quick execution, and integration with your CI/CD pipeline. This become possible because, in a nutshell, the AWS CLI is designed to interact with multiple backend services API provided by AWS. Now let's discuss EKsctl. You might wonder, if you already have AWS CTL, why do you need EKsctl? This is a valid question. Let me provide some background on both EKsctl and AWS CTL. Essentially, both are built around the AWS SDKs. However, they serve different special purpose. EKsctl is a tool specially designed for creating, managing, and deleting EKS clusters. It simplifies many tasks, encapsulating multiple steps that would require several AWS CTL commands. Here's the breakdown of why you might consider using EKsctl even when AWS CTL is available. Like I said, simplicity is the number one reason behind using EKsctl. Think of using an AWS CTL as building your Lego castle one brick at a time. On the other hand, using EKsctl is like having an integrated Lego bricks. Instead of adding one small piece at a time, your integrated brick would come with a tower or wall, helping you build faster. EKS support defining cluster configuration in YAML files, which facilitate version control and align well with the infrastructure as code, as well as a Kubernetes best practice. EKsctl streamline the management of the node group. By the way, node group is just a fancy term for a bunch of EC2 instance grouped together. EKsctl also simplifies the management of the network and other associated resources within EKS cluster through straightforward commands. Don't worry about these fancy words, I will just break them down later in this course. EKsctl is a Kubernetes centric and designed to work with Kubernetes user in mind. Imagine you have a favorite game and then you always play. Let's say Mortal Kombat. EKS is like a special controller that custom made just for Mortal Kombat with one button pushed. Or you can launch a serious combo and then make your components stare at you in shock. Next, let's discuss Kubectl. Why do we need tools like Kubectl alongside other tools? The main purpose of Kubectl is to interact with Kubernetes cluster, including those managed by EKS or any other cloud providers. It communicates directly Kubernetes APIs, server of a cluster, to manage workload and resources, operating independently of any specific AWS products or services. If, for instance, you decide not to use AWS and want to switch to Azure's Kubernetes, which means like AKS, you can still use Kubectl by applying the same Kubernetes YAML file, maintaining a consistent experience managing the Kubernetes clusters. However, when working with EKS, Kubectl does rely on the AWS CTL for certain aspects like fetching credential and configuring Kubectl for interaction with EKS cluster. The AWS CTL provides necessary information such as authentication tokens and cluster endpoint detail essential for Kubectl to communicate securely with the EKS cluster. An example of using an AWS CTL in this context would be executing a command like this, which helps in configuring Kubectl with the appropriate AWS authentication details. That's it. But wait, what about Helm? Well, Helm is a package manager. If you've been in the software development world, it's like the same thing as pig for Python and the npm for the JavaScript world. But Helm is for Kubernetes. Let's revisit the Lego analogy. Imagine you want to build a cool spaceship. You have a box full of various Lego bricks, and you need to find the right pieces. You also have to carefully assemble each part step by step, ensuring everything fits perfectly. This process can be time-consuming and mistakes are likely. Helm charts, on the other hand, are like having a special Lego kit for building a special ship. This kit already including the right pieces and guide on how to assemble them, making the task so much straightforward. Every time you use a kit to build a spaceship, the result is a consistent and reliable spaceship model. Helm takes care of the managing this kit, ensuring you don't have to worry about losing the pieces or missing an instruction. Alright guys, that's it. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe. I have a lot more exciting content for you to explore. Feel free to click here and dive in.